her all the way. She said, we'll see it. Golden Corral. She said, but what she had, it don't look bad.
That's because everybody probably do want to go to Golden Corral because they can get a variety.
And then sometimes they want to take their families too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of them would like, yeah, they like to take their families. You know what I mean?
Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Ruby Slippers. My name is Nicole. And this is Miss Wanda, my mom.
Hello, everybody.
And it is Mother's Day. I hope everybody is enjoying their Mother's Day. I know some people are missing their mothers because they're not here anymore with them. So I just would like, I hope that you have all the peace that God can send in your heart during this time, because I know it comes around everybody's Mother's Day, and then you don't have yours. But I still would like to wish everyone a Mother's Day, all the mothers, and the mothers who are mothers to others. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm trying to say, like, people who are mothers, and then you have women who are not, like, biologically never gave birth, but they're mothers to other children, to other people's children. Mother figures, that's what I was trying to say. You know what I'm saying? I wish them a happy Mother's Day as well. You know what I'm saying? Some people not a mother, but they're still mother figures to people. You know what I'm saying, Mom?
Yes. I know, I understand.
Anyway, wishing you a happy Mother's Day. And peace to those who are missing their mothers, or, you know, whatever it may be. But we are on our way to go meet with my sister and my daughter. We want to go get something to eat. That's what we're doing for Mother's Day. We normally don't, right? We normally just stop by your house
and drop flowers and a card or something like that, to that nature. Yeah, we're doing a little something different, you know. We're going to Crafty Crafts, which I love Crafty Crafts.
It's a seafood place.
It's a seafood place. Mainly because my granddaughter, which is Nicole's daughter,
They know heaven.
Heaven loves seafood. You know.
It's crazy because I wasn't. That's what I want to do. So I want to get everybody's little birth story. They remember their birth stories. You remember your birth story? Like how it was when you had me, or when you had Joy and Abdul?
That's something you don't never forget. To be honest with you, you don't forget when you had a child. You know what I'm saying? And nah, I ain't gonna tell you that story. I tell you and you can tell it.
Why you tell me it that I can tell it? What if I don't tell it right?
Because I don't even think I ever told you about this.
What is about me?
No, it's nothing about you.
Well, that's all I'm saying is this,
No.
Mom. First of all right, I'll ask you the questions, so then that way you can see what I'm saying. All right. When you had me, you was about 18, right? So was you scared, or did you just? Was it?
I wasn't scared to do what I did. So
That
you
ain't
know,
the question, Mom.
I'm just.
It's
You
about
know,
when you was in labor and you was about to have a baby. You wasn't scared. You ain't worried, like. Cause I was scared to death, and I was 30.
that's why you ain't had none until you was 30.
No, remember, I couldn't have none. I wouldn't have. I tried.
Right.
But by the time I had heaven, and I was 30 years old, the women in there was screaming bloody murder. They was screaming so bad. Because I was in labor 3 days with heaven. So I'm just in the room, and they just screaming. I just felt like I ain't get there yet. It's going to get worse. So I was scared to death. But I don't know how it was when you went and had your first child.
I'm trying to think if anybody was with me when I went. To be honest with you. Because your dad, he went You know, I don't recall nobody being with me but myself. You know, because I kind of like hid my pregnancy. Like I was like, when I'm in the house, I always would wear a robe. Nobody knew I was pregnant till I was like almost time to go. I was 130 when I had you. I was really small and petite, you know. So, but one thing I could say about that whole experience is that when I had you, like, you know, when you're young, you don't really realize and believe you came from your mom, but far as when it comes to the part of her having you, like that was an experience. Like I thought that they just cut your stomach open to take the baby out when I was, but then as I got older, I did realize that they do come out of your vagina. But when it did, and I experienced it thing forehand, when I experienced it, I was like, oh my God. I said, my mom had to go through this, you know, the pain and the labor, and you know, like they might try to give you something to try to.
Look how many times your mom went through it.
But listen, they might try to give
9 times.
They might try to give you something to comfort you. Like they'll say, we'll give you a little something to comfort you. Man, that don't do nothing. Believe me, it don't do nothing. It just seems like it make the labors harder. It's like they bringing the labor.
I know.
You know, that's
both of my kids was induced, so they actually did.
But that's what
bring on the labor.
But that's what it looked like they was. Yeah, and that's even painful. You know what I mean?
Neither one of them was ready either. Like they start like with heaven, they induced me, but she didn't come till 3 days later.
It's hot in here. Cut the heat on.
The heat not on.
Damn.
3 days later, heaven came. But besides that, then with Lil J, they induced me with him too. But he was, they call it transverse. He was sideways, so they ended up doing a C-section. So but now all your kids know, because you had a C-section with somebody.
I never had those.
Oh, that was somebody else.
All my kids was natural. But the thing about all my kids was natural, out of all my kids, you was the hurtless labor. Like when you had your first kid, because I split it. They split. They had to. I don't know whether I split or they cut me. They might have. Oh no, I had to get stitches, cat cuts down there. Yeah, I had to get cat. Yeah, they put because they dissolve. So I had to get cat guts and they dissolved. But when I had my next child, I didn't have my next child till I was like 9 years after she was born, because I was like, I'm not having no kids like that. I'm just not going for that. You know, plus I wasn't ready anyway. I mean, who says when you're ready anyway? You know, you never could be ready. I mean, not unless you, I didn't plan that, and I didn't really plan the other ones, but it happened. You know what I'm saying? If you stick your feet in the fire, you're going to get burned. And that's the bottom line, you know? So, anyway, when I had Joy, I remember, like, what they told me when I had you, like, just push. Don't try to suck it back up. Like that, you got to push it. You got to, it feel like you constipated, but you constipated in your stomach. Like you really constipated. That's how it feel when I had my first child. So, with Abdul, it really wasn't that painful with Abdul. It just, you know, and I know one reason why, because I had Joy, and then it wasn't even quite a year I had Abdul, but I thought I was sterile though. I really did. I thought I was sterile, and I didn't care. You know what I mean? I thought I was sterile.
I thought I was
after 9 years.
The doctor told me I wasn't going to have no kids. Remember when I was married and I was trying to have kids?
But Miss Fortune Taylor told you that you was going to have a son.
A boy and a girl, yeah.
A boy and a girl.
That's what I had.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah, that was her experience. I was the most painful, her first child. A lot of women say that. And then some women say the first one wasn't nothing. The second one, but it just depends, I guess, because both of my experiences was different. My first child, like I said, was natural, but it was 3 days of labor, like 5 to 6 minute contractions apart for days. Then, but when I actually had her, it was 2 push, done, over with, no splitting, no cat guts, none of that stuff. Yeah, it just was done. Now with my son, he tried to take me out. They came in and was talking about blood transfusions, all kinds of stuff that I didn't have to worry about. But anyway, they did emergency C-section, got little Jay out, and I couldn't see him for like 2 days. They wouldn't even let me see him. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, Jay had to take a picture of him and come and show me what he looked like. I didn't know what he looked
Well,
like.
I couldn't see Abdul. I mean, I couldn't see my son, my last child. I couldn't see him because they said I had a temperature. And normally I don't get a temperature. I don't care if I get sick with anything. I don't get a temperature. It's just me. I had pneumonia one time years ago when I was 16, and I kept going to the hospital. I had walking pneumonia. I kept going to the hospital, and the reason that they didn't really admit me because I didn't have a temperature. But when they got tired of seeing me, my mother bring me back and forth to the hospital, one doctor, he was a good old doctor, like Dr. Welby on television, he said, give her an x-ray. They gave me an x-ray and they had to admit me. They found that I had walking pneumonia. And back then, when they put oxygen on you, you was in like a tent, a plastic tent. It was like a tent, literally a tent. And it was like the smell of, like when you open up the, you go to the store, the corner stores, and you open up the, you get a popsicle out, it had that kind of smell. And it had that kind of steam. And that's how I was. I had walking pneumonia. And I was sick like almost 3 months walking around with walking pneumonia. I mean, really, really sick, you know. But they didn't, because I didn't have a temperature, you know. I kept coughing and coughing and coughing and wheezing and wheezing and wheezing, and it just like, you know. So,
The windows was probably, I hope they could have heard you because I had the window down because you said it was hot.
yeah. But, yeah, that's how it was with Abdul. When I had him get back to Abdul, they wouldn't bring him to me, and that was my first boy. I grew up with 7 brothers, and I ended up with 2 girls first. So I'm gonna be honest with you. If I wanted to have a kid, I wanted to have a boy. If I had to have one, I had a choice. I'd rather have boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I would rather have a boy. And I don't know, maybe because I grew up with 7 brothers and 1 sister. I am the 3rd oldest. I got 2 brothers that's one's 7 years older than me and the other's 8 years older than me. And then after me, my sister, I got her by 7 years, and then the rest is all brothers.
Oh, yeah.
I had 1 sister.
Happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day on Barbara. Because I know you probably gonna watch this video. Happy Mother's Day.
But back to Abdul. The reason that they, I had a temperature was because it was a lady that was in labor for over 24 hours, and she was in the bed next to me, and she had the air conditioner on in the room in December because my son was born December the 31st. He was born December the 30th. Was it 30th? Yeah, he was born December the 30th, and you know, wintertime, and she has the air conditioner on, and that affected me. You know what I mean? And that's why I had a temperature. Yep.
That's the funny thing, because I could tell Joy's story and Heaven's, but once we get them, I'll see if I can get their story. Because I was there, both of them. Well, not for Heaven, because it was near COVID time where they wouldn't allow people, only him and her was able to go to the hospital. So I had to They had her on FaceTime. And I had it on my
I have it. I have the whole thing of that. You never saw it?
Yeah, you told me.
I have it where Heaven put her hands on her hips and said,
Oh, you talking about that? I'm talking about when Heaven gave birth.
"Oh, I'm talking
couldn't
about when
watch her.
Joy. I'm talking about when Joy
Yeah, I
gave
was
it.
there when Joy had it.
I got the whole film of that. The whole film. Yep.
Well, that was our story on becoming a mother.
And I will get back to you with her on the other thing because I know you're gonna be wondering, and I will
What
get
you
back to
gonna
you.
tell?
But I want to tell my daughter Lala first about it.
Then we'll tell you.
If she
we
think
might not.
if she think I should when I was
If
telling you
it's
that.
appropriate.
And remember, it has something to do when I said I should remember when I had all my kids. You know what I mean? I do.
This is 2 guidelines worthy. All right, we'll see y'all when we get to Heaven and Joy.
You couldn't have went up there?
Yeah, that's where I'm going, 95. Y'all, I've been sitting up here talking and listening to her and missed my turn. You sure that's...
You been missed it. We is in Philly.
Why they blew the horn? I hope I was able to...
Well, you could have turned right there. That's what I was
Oh,
telling
I
you.
didn't see that. That's why they blew the horn.
Mother's Day is here, hugs, kisses, cheer, gifts, flowers, delight. Mother's Day shine bright, breakfast in bed, pancakes, syrup spread, laughs, love, and fun underneath the sun. Breakfast in bed, pancakes, syrup spread, lots of love and fun underneath the sun.
And you got
Was no time to eat. She said to me, boy, hurry to Sunday school, filled with a Lord of glory. We learned the whole story. She'll always have her dreams, despite the things this troubled world can bring.